Hi there, Aprille Franks-Hunt here, CEO of Women Recharge, author of Confessions of an Independent Woman, co-creator of Passion Academy, and your host of Get Recharged TV. This week's episode is about how do you get noticed? How do you get noticed? I'm telling you, it is so important not to fly below the radar. So do you feel like, you're being glossed over, you're not being noticed, maybe you're too shy, maybe you're not asserting yourself? So I really want you to pay attention to some of the things that I'm going to share with you in this quick video. Also, like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with other people. So here we go. Couple things. A lot of times people are below the radar, or they're trying to fly, right below that line because they are not as confident. You may not be feeling as confident as you should be about your skills, talents, and abilities. You may be, thinking, feel a little intimidation about, what other people are doing. So the first key to getting noticed is really securing some self-confidence from within yourself. What are you good at? What about the lane that you want to drive in are you best at? Magnify that. Don't so much focus on the areas that you need to improve on yet. First, identify what you are great at. Also, some other techniques that you may want to try is looking strangers in the eye, smiling when you're talking on the phone, smiling at people, period, holding your head up. If you're at a networking event, for instance, meeting new people, giving yourself some sort of goal. Who would you like to meet? Who would you like to connect with? And in spite of fear, do it anyway. You can no longer fly beyond the radar and think that you can live out your hopes, dreams, and desires. It's not happening. Hopes, dreams, and desires are meant to be lived out loud, and they cannot be lived if you are, trying to secretly, write a book, or secretly get a degree, or secretly, become an attorney, or secretly be a motivational speaker. No. You have really got to step out there so people know who you are. Number two, don't be afraid to go against the grain. All this nicey, perfection and all that. Sure, some people may be thinking, oh, well, you look put together. Yeah, I am put together. You should look presentable. But at the same time, keep in mind that you don't have to agree with every viewpoint out there. Who are you? Identify that person. Because once you identify her or him, it's easier to exude that, to share that with other people. You don't have to be in the safe zone. Okay, the safe zone is boring. Okay, we don't need the safe zone. You want to be in your zone. Why? Because your zone is going to impact people. So you have to really get in that. And the next thing I want to share with you is, it's a comfortable place, even though you may not be as comfortable as you think you are in that kind of comfort zone of, flying below and kind of off in the corner at at events and maybe not even going to the events and hiding behind your computer screen. Now, granted, I am on the computer a lot. However, I am out in the community. So that's really my number three. Get out. You cannot stay in the house and develop the confidence and a name for yourself the way that you probably want to. You really have to begin to get out. Also, another couple things you can do is volunteer for something. Work the registration desk for some event that's coming up. Why? Because it warms you up. Who are you? You are the important person at the registration desk that are solving all the people who are coming to the event's problems. Okay, so think about that for a moment. It's really important that you set aside any fears that you may have about stepping out there. Why? Because you are wanting to get noticed. In order to get noticed, you have to raise your hand. You have to volunteer. You have to show up. You have to speak up. You have to speak out. Sometimes you have to speak loudly so that people can hear you. Because if you're just doing this and you're wanting to live your dream, and you're wanting people to notice you, and you want to change the world, that's not going to work because no one cares. No one's listening. Why aren't they listening? Because they can't hear you. Okay, so those are my tips for getting noticed. You can get noticed. Step out. Last thing, connect with the person who you admire the most. You may say, oh, well, that may be someone famous, or how do I get in touch with this person? Figure it out. You have got to be resourceful. If your goal is to be successful, to live in your divine purpose, to walk some mission, to be great at something, whatever that is, you have got to be resourceful. No one is handing out millions. No one is handing out purposes. You have to hunt it down. You have to know within yourself that you have the ability, no matter what happened back there, but in this moment, you have the ability to accomplish whatever you need to with what you have. And as the days progress, you will get better and better and better. It's been Aprille Franks-Hunt. This is this week's episode of Get Recharged TV, and I'll see you next Wednesday.